Ugh. Oh, what the fuck? I just feel like I got shot up with 1,000 bolts of pure spiritual LSD electronics. Oh, shit. Uh, hey guys. Well, fuck. I guess it's been quite a while since I've been on this channel. I mean, at least I didn't upload 2 videos promising to be back almost an entire year ago. But hey, I spent days, even weeks, thinking to myself, there's 1,000 YouTube channel ideas I've had in the last couple years, but there's one channel I've been afraid to face, that I've been running away from. A channel where people have been waiting for me with bated breath to make my triumphant return. And I asked myself, fuck, Dragon Strike, you're sitting around waiting for the opportunity to create a new channel and gain an audience when you have a channel with an audience that you've been neglecting and mistreating, and they're there now, so why aren't you? And here I fucking am. So with my sincerest apologies, I'm here to tell you, my thankful viewers, that not only are you going to be receiving regular content from me, but I'm fucking back, and I'm not going anywhere. And if you've been a long-time viewer of this channel, you know that there's only one way to kick this motherfucker off. So I agonized over what kind of video I was going to make for my thankful audience, and I figured, even though it's old news, and to get back into the swing of things, why don't we take a trip down memory lane? Fuck the Vigilant Christian is, in my opinion, one of the funniest videos I've ever made, despite the fact that I was a fucking dumb shit 16, 17-year-old. And now that I've matured, kind of, and so that we can get to know each other again, I say we go back to the fucking well and beat a dead horse twice. First things first, when I went to his channel to see what he's been up to, I found this video of him announcing his hiatus, as he's been getting help with his addictions and is taking time away from the internet to focus on his personal life. So I like to say genuinely good on the fucking guy for fixing his shit up, and even though I'm about to fucking goof on him, I am proud of him, and anyone really that takes the time to make big changes and put in the effort to change your life. So congratulations to Mario. But enough with the fucking pussy bullshit. Let's fucking rock! When looking at his channel to see what video I'd be reacting to, I was immediately struck by the very first video shown when you click on his channel. New Age Movement got me possessed. New Age Movement got me possessed by 30 spirits. Damn, 30 spirits? You're gonna need fucking Bob Larson to exorcise all those demons. For those of you who may not know, I've become somewhat of a new age weirdo since the last time we spoke, and I've been angrier than ever. I've been listening to fucking Anal Cunt and Napalm Death, so maybe I am possessed. I basically sold my soul to Satan in the last video about him, so fuck it, let's give it a chance. I've got my Bible, got my Book of Mormon, and I've got Rebirthing in the New Age, so I'm fucking prepared. Let's do this shit.
Hey Faye family, it's Brother Mario. I pray you're having a great day.
Whoa, fuck, Mario looking fucking jacked, dude. He looks like he just got out of prison. Like, even the way he fucking does the fucking hand thing, dude, it looks like he's about to fucking lay the holy fucking smackdown on you.
I wanted to go ahead and take an opportunity to create part 2 to my Christian testimony. In part 1, I share with you how it is that I lived a rebellious, self-destructive lifestyle.
Look, okay. You guys know what kind of jokes I've made on this channel, and I'm gonna let you fill in the blank here, okay? I've matured, okay? I don't make those kind of jokes anymore, and when I do, I write the script in such a way that I pretend like I'm not.
Drugs, partying, sexual immorality.
Sexual what?
sexual immorality,
Look, Mario, you're Canadian, not retarded.
and all that nonsense. And how, had Jesus not saved
Wait,
me
wait,
from
wait.
that,
Okay. I've got major autism, okay? I'm allowed to make those fucking jokes. Fuck you.
I lived a rebellious, self-destructive lifestyle of drugs,
So you're not still on drugs, Mario? It's actually really shitty of me to ask that question because in the video I mentioned earlier, he talks about how 2 years ago he was doing drugs and shit, and this video was 2 years ago, so as much as I want to give him credit and not be a mean guy, he's sitting here making a video about how he quit drugs and God saved him while clearly and provenly still being an avid user. So, who's really to blame here?
Now, in part 2, I wanted to discuss with you how it is that I dived straight into New Age spirituality, all the way down the rabbit hole. And then by the end of it, I was in communication with over 30 spirit guides.
Holy fuck. 30 spirit guides?
It started when I was sent to a psychologist for depression, anxiety, and panic. Now, this psychologist had a bookshelf and it was full of meditation books, yoga. He had chanting bowls. And so he was constantly kind of pushing this form of spirituality as something that could potentially heal me.
Dude, he sounds like a fucking awesome guy. I've been to a few therapists. I'm not about to sit here and lie to you guys. And the coolest one I ever fucking met was into all that shit. And he was awesome, and he was the only one who I felt like could fucking actually tell me something cool about myself and be an interesting guy to talk to. And then my fucking insurance wouldn't cover it. So fuck this country.
I started practicing yoga, meditation, reading books, Deepak Chopra, Eckhart Tolle, Wayne Dyer.
I've fucking also read books by most of those people, and they fucking rock. So I'm gonna hold my judgment. I'm gonna hear him out, but there is a chance that everything he's about to say is bullshit.
I also stumbled across literature that talked about the possibility of me being what in the New Age movement they describe as a indigo child.
The indigo child shit can get a little fucked up. I mean, I'm thinking straight up like Joey Sparkle BS, if I'm being honest with you.
And so I started to believe that I was some special chosen light worker that was sent here to raise the vibrations of the earth, and so on.
Okay, so I still don't know how he's gonna bring this around yet, but those things, the problem with getting into those things a lot of the times is that you get in your own head this big ego. I actually watched a video recently by a guy called FD Signifier where he specifically, and listen, alright, we don't get political on this channel, but it's an interesting thought. Okay, he said that a lot of times white people like movies like Joker and stuff like that because they get told of this idea of the American dream, and then when they try it and they're like, I'm fucking white, I should get everything that I want, and then it doesn't happen, they concoct some sort of fucked up weird worldview where all of a sudden they're supposed to do this, this, and that, and then they'll be the real fucking savior because they're white and they're supposed to be a fucking savior. And you can think about that whatever you want, but there's a nugget in there that I think is important, and that's that when you're fucking down and out and you're like narcissistically hating yourself in the world, and then you get into spiritual stuff, a lot of times you can do that because what you are looking for is to be the golden child and is to be the fucking golden boy, which is not the point of spiritual stuff. The point of spiritual stuff isn't even to be fucking happy. The point of spiritual stuff is literally like, life fucking sucks. Stop being a fucking pussy.
I also got heavily involved in Kundalini yoga. Now, Kundalini yoga is serpent yoga.
I can already see it. Serpent, it's satanic. So, I think it's fair to mention here, because since I'm back, I want to be a little bit more eloquent and really just reveal the fucking curtain. Show you that the wizard has no shoes, or however the fuck that saying goes, and there's fucking cars outside. In the past, I used to really try and aspire to be one of these guys who does all the research on the video and takes the fucking video down and all this shit. And at the end of the day, I'm a fucking idiot. And that was never going to and is never going to be me. So, I'm just here to clown around and joke. I know a little bit about this weird shit that he's fucking talking about, right? But I'm not coming to you on this channel and in future videos with a personality and thought concept in my head that I'm about to fucking sit here and drop fucking knowledge bombs and fucking make y'all get woke out there, you know what I mean? I'm fucking not doing that shit. I'm a fucking jack-off fucking retard who's here to talk about some other guy and laugh.
The philosophy behind it is that at the base of what is called the chakra system is a dormant energy serpent that can be awoken to climb up the chakra system, come to your third eye, and once it makes its way to the third eye, you will become enlightened, knowing that everything, and including yourself, is God.
Those fucking graphs are really fucking cool. I love looking at that shit. It just looks cool. It looks cooler than most shit that you see every day. Second of all, you know, I haven't gone super in-depth. I haven't read all the fucking Kundalini books. There's a lot of those. You know, what do you watch? Fucking Aliens from Spaceship Earth, and you think you got it all figured out? Fuck you. The only good thing about that movie is that Donovan fucking rocks. However, there was once a time when I was doing a lot of LSD where I was very interested in those topics and things, and I always wanted to know about the Kundalini shit and do it or whatever, but I can't ever fucking sit down and just study one fucking thing. I always gotta have a million ideas, and you accomplish nothing when that happens. So, I've never heard it. Hearing it from this perspective is paradoxically, interestingly enough, giving me a whole new view on it. And as much as that shit's cool, and I understand it, and I've seen some very otherworldly shit since the last time we've spoke, I can't sit here and say that I've experienced that exactly like how they say it. But language is just one form of interpretation and communicating your experience, and everyone's experience is so different in a way that communicating it only goes so far. You can't even really explain it that well. Like, it's literally beyond language. You know what else is beyond language? Actions. So you should just do actions and become something.
This is what I truly believe, that I was God, that you were God, that all things were God.
I really tried to Stockholm Syndrome MK Ultra myself into believing that as well. And to a certain extent I do, but what I think more is that reality in existence itself is quote-unquote God, which is something above human beings. Human beings' reality collectively and together is above every individual human being's consciousness. And the past and the future don't exist. The only things that do exist is now, which is a moment constantly creating itself where everybody is in relation to each other and everything else going on. Okay? I'm sitting here recording this shitty video. Meanwhile, there's a whole world moving around. But this here right now and you watching it right now would not be happening if it wasn't for us. And that sort of fact just existing above any sort of comprehensive sentence structure is, I don't know, man. I don't even like the word God. That fucking word has been so bastardized and fucked up and used to a million fucking degrees. People thinking they know shit. Nobody fucking knows anything. And that's God. Who is a fucking man in the sky. I wonder if the Vigilant Christian Mario ever took the time to learn that a lot of the stuff from the Bible and a lot of these concepts were taken from, like, paganism and magic and shit. Like, that information is readily available. Also, what about the Gospel of Thomas in the fucking Dead Sea Scrolls, which they found inside of a fucking tomb in Egypt that were just as much teachings and writings of Christ as anything else that any of the fucking kings decided to put in it. And it says literally the kingdom of heaven is not like out in space, it's within you. Well, I mean, it's out in space too, but it's within you as well. That's pretty new age and spiritual.
Kundalini yoga got me to go through what is called an awakening, a spiritual rebirth. All counterfeits of the real things of God, by the way.
Alright, well, how about this? The Bible and all those stories in it, whether they're true or not, are symbolic of an inner spiritual process, and everything in the New Age movement through language is just a million other different creative forms of our divinely inspired imagination to explain the same things that psychologists like Carl Jung have been trying to figure out forever, of shadow work and bearing your cross and looking at your own unconscious, and everything in life reflecting is that you immediately react to negatively is lining itself up to show you something about your psyche that's in your shadow that you don't wish to look at, that you have to look at to integrate. And the Bible is just a beautiful, different description of doing that same sort of thing, which could literally be considered magic with a K, Aleister Crowley style. Look, guys, I'm not a smart guy. I'll tell you that right now. I'll be the first one to tell you. I can be a fucking idiot.
Another author that really influenced me was, in fact, Doreen Virtue. And she was authoring books and producing oracle card decks. And one of her books was about how to contact your angels and how to contact spirits. And so I started to do this and open myself up to try and communicate to beings that God forbids us to communicate with.
God forbids them is the governments, and I guess it wasn't the United States yet, but kings and rulers taking the Bible, which was a book of magic, and using it to control other people. And it's a thing with magical practitioners that if you use it for evil on other people, then that evil will come back on you fucking tenfold. It's like the story in the Bible of Cain and Abel. Cain kills somebody, which is evil, but if anyone kills him, the fucking evil comes back on them a million times over. And that was used to control people. And so when you're speaking with these demons and this thing and that thing, it's, if I had to imagine and explain it in a weird way, I would say that those things aren't real necessarily. They're just all things and parts of you and your mind and your brain. And I imagine it expands even further than that and is even crazier than that. But at this point in my life right now, that's the conclusion that I've come to. But as they say in wrestling, card is subject to change.
I really wanted to open up my third eye, so I meditated for months and months and months. And then finally one day, I activated or opened my third eye. Basically, how the experience felt is I was in meditation, and normally you focus forward and your eyes can see your forehead, but all of a sudden, I heard a pop, and it's as if my perception shifted and I saw internally. And then what I witnessed was like a kaleidoscope of images, a kaleidoscope of beings and worlds and all sorts of different things. And I remember at that moment experiencing something that is higher than myself. Something was being downloaded in me through this opening of what they call the third eye.
Damn, dude, what the fuck? That sounds like a straight up spiritual DMT energy thing. It sounds incredible. It's the kind of thing that I've tried to attain in the past, but I just don't know how to do it properly. But Vigilant Christian Mario is telling me that he did do it fucking properly, and he's about to say that it's satanic and evil. Well, bro, let me just tell you this right now. The Bible says Satan's the ruler of this world. So if something that fucking beautiful is satanic, then I don't need the Vigilant Christian. Because I'm selling my soul.
So now, with my third eye activated and my tarot cards and my oracle cards, I began to really try and communicate with spirits.
Why do you want to communicate with spirits so bad? Who fucking gives a fuck? They're not even real. They're all just processes of your own imagination and transfixing and transmuting and opening yourselves up to different universal energies, and your mind is trying to conceptualize them in some form. And so angels and stuff like that, like it's not real. Only energy is real, and so you're using these different thought setups and your imagination essentially to get in touch with these energies. The point of reading all this spiritual crap is to get to the point where you don't have to read the spiritual crap.